Hello friends, today we have an exciting new Jurassic World review. Now I know what you might be thinking. We're taking a look at the gigantic tracker's Styxosaurus. You're wrong. In order for me to properly review the Styxosaurus, I need to compare it to something. And that something is the gigantic tracker's Elasmosaurus. Because these two figures are very similar. And I've not reviewed the Elasmosaurus. I've had this figure in my collection over a year. It was actually a birthday present from my sister, I think for my 20th birthday, and I'm 21 now, so a little behind here. It's an older figure for sure, probably won't get a ton of views, but in order to properly review the Styxosaurus, I need to look at the Elasmosaurus because they are very similar figures. This is one I was very excited for when it was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con in 2020, and I was very hyped for it, and then it came out, and I got it, and then I just neglected to review it. So today, it gets its time in the spotlight because this is a pretty good figure from what I've seen, and I'm sure you guys have seen because this video is very late. Reminder of the gigantic trackers and the Dino trackers packaging as a whole. You've got the Jurassic World logo, blue and beta, action feature. This is part of the ocean biome. You can see the ocean in the background. You got an oil rig, all that fun stuff. Dino trackers, Mattel, all that good stuff. Gigantic trackers, Elasmosaurus. Not a dinosaur, a plesiosaur. You get the figure here. It's packaged on its belly, so you're not going to really see the whole figure. Sides of the box have the Dino trackers and Jurassic World logos. Underside's got your UPC, all that fun stuff. The back of the box shows off the rest of the wave, being the Beastoversaria, which does have a review on the channel. That's like a year ago. And you got the Elasmosaurus showing off the action feature with an up and down attack, side to side chomping action, and tracking gear. I do like that these include tracking gear. I just think it's kind of odd for an aquatic species to have tracking gear. But yeah, Elasmosaurus, neat figure. Just got to get it out of the way so we can take a proper look at Styxosaurus here, which will actually get me views because it's a recent figure. So yeah, Elasmosaurus, let me grab my handy dandy scissors and cut this guy out of the box. So, someone's deciding to play the drums outside of my room, and they're being obnoxiously loud in my hallway, and the camera won't focus. So, we're gonna get into the review tomorrow, because frankly, it'll be quieter, and I can figure out the camera, but yeah, it's the plan, because, you know, that's what I get for living in the fucking dormitories. It's fucking annoying-ass noise. Pro tip, if you're gonna live on college campuses, don't do YouTube unless you've got a really good setup. And you can cancel noise. I can't, but I know my job is in the dorms. I work in the dorms, so I kind of got to put up with it. So yeah, that's gonna be. We're gonna look at this thing tomorrow. It's gonna be a few seconds for you guys. I just wanted to explain if there's any differences in the lighting or anything that I don't have any technical issues that I can't control. And as you can see, it refuses to focus on the face of the figure. It keeps trying to focus on my Indiana Jones figures, which you know, that's what I get for having a messy background, but this is what I've got to work with in the dorms, so that's the plan. So, see y'all in the next part, where we actually take a look at the Elasmosaurus. All is calm within the dorm now, because it is 1 in the morning. I can't sleep, I figured I'd record it now. So, here's our closer look at the Elasmosaurus. I did put the capture gear on it for my thumbnail that I did take earlier, so I do have the capture gear on it, but let's take a closer look at Elasmosaurus here. The head is nicely sculpted. The paint work on the teeth is a little sloppy, but we do have a painted pupil, which is nice from Mattel. And the mouth and stuff looks good. It gets across the point that it's an Elasmosaurus. We do have a nice joint here on the head, which is a nice plus. And then moving down the neck, this is a fairly complete looking figure because they used a lot of digital printing. And it looks really nice and blue. As all your aquatic reptiles, it's going to be kind of a pained pose because of the flippers. But it definitely looks good. Let me see. Like that looks a little more awkward, but you know. It's an Elasmosaurus. It's a fan favorite species for sure. If you want the scan code, here it is. Scan it into Jurassic World Facts. And yeah, this figure does look really neat. Nicely detailed, kind of pebbly looking texturing all throughout the body. It looks kind of like a snake at parts, and then more like it looks marine at the same time. The tail is actually kind of a rubbery plastic, which is interesting. And the flippers are all articulated. They'll move back and forth. They'll also move out. So you can kind of get a nice range of swimming motion out of your Elasmosaurus. As far as posing this guy on a shelf, good luck. It's like a pterosaur. These plesiosaurs are difficult to pose. This kind of works though when I've got it in. The capture gear is fine. I'll display it with the capture gear on. I could care less about it, but for the sake of keeping it on. It's like an aquatic harness. It's got a camera on it. I'm sure it's great for deep sea expeditions. And yeah, the Elasmosaurus does look pretty neat. It does have 2 action features. It has 2 buttons. This one here, when you press it, causes the head to strike down. You can really get it to do some fluid motions here. And then the other button on this side causes the head to swing left, right, I guess. I don't know. It causes the head to swing to the side. And then from this angle, he's coming to attack. So yeah, pretty neat. I do really like this Elasmosaurus. I like Elasmosaurus as a dinosaur, not a dinosaur. Prehistoric reptile quite a bit. As far as the figure goes, I definitely recommend it. It's our only Elasmosaurus on the line, and it's our first of the larger sized plesiosaurs. Obviously, we do have the Styxosaurus now, which will get its own dedicated video. But these are very similar figures, which is not a bad thing because I do like both of them. Styxosaurus will be subject of its own review. So this guy won't really have any comparisons. I don't have the plesiosaurus in the room. I don't have any of the other marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus, Liopleurodon, or Kronosaurus, but I do have the Elasmosaurus here for you guys to look at. So I'm pretty happy with Elasmosaurus. It's not a 10, it's not a 9, it's probably an 8. It's solid, I recommend it. Can't really do wrong, it's fun. I'm sure you can find it at a decent price now. So yeah, that's Elasmosaurus. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Take it easy.